Hello, I'm Richard.
And I'm Karen, and we're here to share the good news that we'll soon be back with you for our second series of Bible Podlets.
Bible Podlets is a Bible study and discussion podcast for all ages, which works equally well at home or in children's groups at church.
We encourage adults and children to listen to Bible Podlets together. Then you can pause the episode so you're able to talk about the stories and questions that will come up. And to help you, all the activity and discussion questions for each episode can be downloaded from the resources area of our website, bdeducation.org.uk.
So, in Series 1 of Bible Podlets, we talked about Bible Transformers, and Series 2 is coming very soon. What are we going to be talking about this time, Karen?
Well, this time we're going to be looking at some unlikely heroes from the Bible.
Unlikely heroes? What do you mean by that?
Well, an unlikely hero is someone that no one would expect to be able to save the day. So, for example, if you've seen the film Wreck-It Ralph, Ralph is an arcade game villain who surprises everyone by becoming a hero.
I see. So, another example might be Neville Longbottom from the Harry Potter series. He starts off as a bit of a nerd, but as the story develops, he manages to save the day on more than one occasion.
Yeah, that's right. That's a really good example. I wonder if our listeners can think of any unlikely heroes of their own.
I'm sure they can think of loads. This series, we're going to be looking at some men and women in the Bible that God used to do amazing things, even though, for various reasons, they might not have been the most obvious choice.
That sounds great. And in true Bible Podlet style, we're going to do something fun to introduce our second series.
Of course. Our game today for you is this. There are often loads of crazy stories in the news, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're going to take it in turns at sharing some crazy news headlines and a bit of background on those stories. And we've got to decide whether we think those stories are likely, i.e. true, or unlikely, which would be made up. You can play along with us too at home if you'd like.
That sounds fabulous.
Shall I start?
Oh yes, you start, Richard.
Okay, my first news headline is this. Man glides 100 meters with a tent after strong wind hits.
Oh my goodness. Sounds like a terrifying experience.
So the background to this story is a strong wind caught a man's tent whilst he was putting it up in a field, going camping. He attempted to hold it down, but the wind was so strong that it took the man with it, and he safely landed with the tent still in hand, but he travelled like 100 meters away from where he was trying to put his tent up.
Oh my goodness.
A free flight with a gust of wind. He had no injuries and the tent was fine.
Good. I'm glad it wasn't like trying to pitch his tent on the top of a cliff.
So what do you think? Is that story likely or unlikely?
Oh, I think it's possible that a tent could probably kind of move a person, but 100 meters feels like a big distance. So I'm going to say unlikely.
You are right. I did make that one up. Very good. Well done.
Good detective work there. Right, I'm going to tell you one of mine. So the news story is South Korea's 16-year fight for a green onion breakfast cereal. That's the headline. So I'll tell you a bit about it. So in Korea, Kellogg's, the breakfast cereal company, have spent the last 16 years developing a green onion flavoured breakfast cereal because they did this advertising stunt that went wrong. So what they did is they did a TV commercial and they offered two cartoon characters, and they were doing this pretend presidential election for the cereal empire. So they had a chocolate flavoured character called Checky and a green onion flavoured character called Chaka, okay? And Kellogg's were clearly expecting the chocolate flavoured character to win, but the people of Korea did not agree and they wanted the green onion cereal. So because of that, Kellogg's, the cereal company, weren't prepared to launch a green onion cereal. But the cereal fans campaigned for years and years and years for the product to be launched. And eventually, after lots of nagging, the company finally developed a limited edition green onion cereal, which sold out within 2 days of going on sale. What do you think?
I mean, I love it. if you've made that up, that is fantastic. But I think that is likely. However unlikely it sounds, I think that happened. I'm saying likely. I'm saying true.
It is true.
Oh, that's wonderful.
I'm not sure whether I fancy green onion cereal though.
No, I'm not sure how well green onions go with milk. That's the thing, isn't it?
Mm.
Although some people think that cereal tastes better without milk.
A bit dry.
Bit dry.
Right, let's do another.
Okay, let's do another. Okay, dog walker is forced to find their own dog's poop in a bin to avoid £100 fine.
Ooh.
So the story is, you'll see what I've done here. A dog walker fell foul of a new rule in Daventry when they were asked by police officers to produce a poop bag. The new rule states that dog walkers needed to have bags to clear up any mess that their dogs would make, whether or not they have made any mess. The dog walker had just used their last bag, and so had to, when they got stopped, had to go back to the bin and take the police people back to the bin to prove that their dog had done a poo and they disposed of it safely. And they avoided the fine.
Well, if it is true, I think the lesson is always carry a spare bag. It's pretty grim. I think it's probably true.
It is unlikely I made that up. Although the rule is true.
Right.
So
you fooled me there.
Yeah, so Daventry Council have got a rule where you need to carry spare poop bags, but I made up the story. So this could have happened, but
well, everybody can learn a lesson from that made up news.
Always scoop the poop.
Yeah. Okay, right, I'm going to tell you another one. The headline is New Unidentified Species Found in Crate of Mangoes in Supermarket. So this is what happened. Supermarket staff discovered the live creature in the Anglesey supermarket branch last week. It's believed that the creature is some kind of amphibian, which had miraculously survived the 5,000-mile journey from India, which apparently is the #1 mango producing country in the world. Didn't know that. Now, the creature's yet to be officially named and classified, but currently it's fondly being referred to as Derek, after the quick-thinking shelf stacker who spotted him and realised he was still alive. And Derek has now been transferred to a specialist animal unit where he will be studied more closely and he will receive expert care. What do you think?
Now, this does happen.
Yeah.
Because it happened once when I was working in a supermarket.
Oh, of course.
We found it was like it wasn't a spider, but it was like a random insect.
Ooh.
And it definitely wasn't native to the UK. So so I know it happens, but I don't know whether or not a previously undiscovered amphibian is going to be in a pile of mangoes. So I think that's unlikely.
You caught me. Yeah, that's not true.
Thank you. It was a good story, though.
Yeah, I should have remembered that you had inside knowledge on things delivered with fruit in supermarkets. Okay, my last one. Council bans staff from talking about the weather, holidays, and babies.
So this is Carlisle City Council in 2011 introduced a rule which banned staff from talking about non-work related things, including the weather, holidays and babies. That was what was stated in their memo. It stated that workers who wished to talk about these things should clock out, so they would not be paid for it. The rule was later scrapped by the union.
Okay. Well, I think if you hadn't have said that the rule was later scrapped, I would be thinking it's not a great way to motivate your employees, and no wonder it ended up in the news. I'm going to say it's likely.
It is likely. That happened.
Oh, I bet the person that thought that up felt a bit uncomfortable when the rules were changed. Oh gosh, right, my last one. So the headline is Giant Swarm of Flying Ants Spotted from Space Over the UK. So here's the story. It said, a 50-mile wide swarm of flying ants has been making its way over the UK, and it's so huge that it's been spotted from space. The enormous clouds of insects were picked up by the Met Office's weather radar, and they were flying over Kent and Sussex, so in the southeast of England and the coast. And apparently during the summer, the ants take to the skies, and there's hundreds of them because it's warm and humid, and sometimes if there's no wind as well, that helps them. So 50-mile wide swarm, which sounds pretty creepy to me because I don't like flying bugs.
I know some of the things like this happen in other places, but I don't think it happens in the UK. I've never seen it before, but maybe that's because we live so far up that whether it's summer or not, nothing comes up here. So I think it's unlikely.
Well, actually, it's likely. It's true.
Oh, wow.
And maybe some of our listeners in the southeast can maybe vouch for us and let us know on social media if they've heard this news and even seen the swarms.
Yeah, it would be very good to know. Let us know via social media.
Well, that was really fun. But some of those things that happened were so unlikely, it was really difficult to believe that they were true.
I know. And now I cannot wait to hear about the stories behind the unlikely heroes from the Bible that we're going to be hearing about in this series.
Me too. But in the meantime, how many unlikely heroes can you think of? And what did you think about our likely and unlikely news stories that we shared with you just now? You can tell us via our social media accounts. So we're on Facebook at BDBE Updates and on Twitter at BDBofE.
And you can find all of our previous episodes of Bible Podlets and free discussion notes for each of those to use in children's groups at church on our website at bdeducation.org.uk.
So that's all from us for now, but we hope you'll join us for our first episode of Series 2 of Bible Podlets, which will be available to download on the 11th of September.
Bye.